Well, hello, hello, hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojo Maria and Sarama coming to you with my astrology for self mastery for May 16th through the 22nd. And I got some new music, and it's so lovely that I forgot. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's live now, Jojo. You need to be recording here. Oh my God. I tell you, this day has been really interesting because I always go on Facebook and through my profile page and my Wisdom Well community page, I put the link just for convenience for people. But that did not happen this afternoon. So I apologize to those of you who look for that, but it's all good. I'll do it after the broadcast, so it'll be there. But wow, wow, here we are. Here we are on Mother's Day, and at this time in May, where things are really moving forward, although it may not seem that way, because like the weather here, so there's some sun with big fluffy clouds and then gray clouds, and it'll say like, oh, it's 60, but with the wind chill factor, it's something like 48. It's like it's cold out there. I had gloves on today. So it's that kind of an energy where we're moving forward, but we're not totally there. And, that's how the universe works. We're being prepared, we're being readied so that when that gate fully opens, yeah, yeah, we're going to be able to run through it. And I have a comment. Let me see. Oh, there's Daphne. She says, "Here we are." Wonderful. I'm glad you all found a way to me, even though I didn't post like I normally do. But anyway, yeah, we're in a good time. I mean, there's definitely big challenge because of Pluto going retrograde, but it is for good purpose, and it is helping us uncover the blocks that are keeping us from really being what? Yeah, self-masters in our personal sovereignty, in the truth of who we are, walking our path fully. And I want to do a shout out to my great nieces and nephews, in particular, Adrian, Tristan, and Ms. Mackenzie. Wait till she comes on the scene, y'all. I mean, like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they are just so wonderful, close to my heart, really give me such validation for all the hard work and all the long hours I have put into my healing and growth. And so it's a pleasure to be able to look and see them doing and being things that I could not have done at their age. Yeah. So they really are the evolved persons on this planet. They're here to really birth the new earth. And I'm so grateful that I can be of service to them and others in their generations at this time. Hi. Hey, Lori. Hey, Miss Carolyn. Wonderful. Yes, yes, I'm so happy. Miss Carolyn is like a mama to me when I needed it, especially around my book. She used to threaten me, "If you don't finish that book." And that's what mamas do. That's what mamas are for. So thank you for letting me know you're here. It makes me very happy. So I'm going to start with the quotes for this month or this part of the month. This first part, kind of into the middle. And the first one is from the great Lena Stevens of the Power Path from her May 2026 forecast, where she says, the themes for May are insight, clarity, and progress. May is a complex month where many themes are playing out, with the main focus being on insights, clarity, and progress on what is ending, what is beginning, and what is most important and of value to you in your life. There are aspects of death, rebirth, aspects of power dynamics, a need to revisit how you are with your boundaries and protection, and great opportunities for breakthroughs as long as you are willing to listen to your intuition and come from a place of true authenticity. We have moved into a time where, and I love this part, we can be more that self-expression can be more important to you than your physical possessions, and where your spiritual and social connections give you more support than what you can purchase in a store. Can I get an amen to that? Yes, the death of materialism as what is going to make us well, happy, and peaceful. Yeah. And also from my dear Astro Butterfly, may ask us to trust the process. If something is falling apart, it's because it was supposed to. If an opportunity knocks, answer the door. Let the universe do its work and trust that the chaos has a plan. And I got an amen from Daphne. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, because this is true, 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 true stuff. And then from that lovely intuitive astrologer on YouTube, Ms. Molly McCord, she says, this month will evolve you emotionally and require determined action into the new chapters of your life. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love hearing that. I love, love, love hearing that. Yeah, this is good stuff. So last time I did astrology for self mastery, I forgot to share the impact days for May, so I'm doing that now. In the first half, it was the first, the second, the sixth, the 13th, and the 14th. And now here in the middle, it's going to be, oh my God, and I forgot to put that in, but it's like 5 days in a row, 6 days in a row, because it goes from the 17th to the 20th. So every day there is some aspect, some planetary movement, some message about what is going on. Yeah. And then for the end of the month, which I will come back and do for you on the, I think that's it would be the 25th. It's going to be the 25th, the 28th, and of course, the blue moon that we'll have in Sagittarius on the 31st. Yeah, wow. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, or you're going to be mothers even. Where would we be without our mamas? And this divine feminine energy is needed on this planet more now than ever to be very solid, very clear, no doubting that this is one of the highest purposes that a human being can have. Yeah, to be able to really have life come through your body and to nurture it and to love on it forever. Yeah. So again, happy Mama's Day. And of course, we are still in Taurus season. So again, happy birthday to all you Taurinians out there. Continue to value yourself, enjoy, raise your bar, stay in that higher timeline. And if you're in the north like I am, don't worry, the sun is really going to come out and stay. It's very, very soon. So we can all play. So I wanted to, before I get into starting with the 16th, just take you through what is occurring from today, Sunday, to the 14th, just so that you can see what's leading up to what's going to be going on. And I have to share this, and I'm actually going to jump back to the Mama Day slide because Mr. Hector has chimed in to say, essential to my life as I am graced with many moms. Yes, Hector, I am too. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for sharing. It's really important because God will send us what we need. Make no joke about that. God will definitely send us mamas. Like I told you, Miss Carolyn's one of my mamas. Miss Sarah was definitely one of my mamas. but God will send us exactly what we need. Yeah. How wonderful. So let's look back at what I talked about before, but I want you to be aware of this week because I'm going to be talking about what comes after this. So, just a quick review. On today, we have this beautiful flow energy of the sun in Pisces, sextiling Jupiter in Cancer. This fortunate aspect can help you increase your emotional and material wealth, as it's easy to experience windfalls today. Yes. Yeah, I got some money in unexpectedly. I really did. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So, a good time to make some money and develop your inner circle. Absolutely. So again, we're starting off this week with really good flow energy. More flow energy. This is a beauty of Mercury in Pisces sextiling Jupiter in Cancer. Good communication skills can really expand your life during the social aspect, whether you're trying to develop your support network or trying to make connections that will help you in your career or business. Allies can come easily today. So this is for Monday. And again, if those of you who are out there looking for a job, waiting for a job, opening up to a new job, this is a very powerful energy for you to use to manifest what is in alignment with the truth of who you are now. Ashe. And then on Wednesday, we have Vesta entering into Aries. And as you know, Vesta, that's the Vestal Virgin story from Rome. But Vesta represents our fire within that empowers us to care for home and family. The next few weeks bring major Phoenix energy when emotionally strong Vesta enters the fiery, action oriented Aries part of the sky. All of us have the potential to be trailblazers as we take the lead in our lives and embrace our independence. Woohoo! Trust your gut and it'll lead you into the right direction. Yeah, just wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then on Thursday, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury in Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful flow energy because the Sun conjuncting Mercury means we are midway through the Mercury cycle, have experienced the full Mercury phase of this current cycle, and early ideas and projects that have been taking root in the last couple of months are starting to show their first real growth above the soil. Isn't that lovely? Yes, yes, yes. So, this very, very hope-filled energy this week, which is going to lead up to the new moon, which I'm going to talk about right now. So, on Saturday, May 16th, we have a super new moon in Taurus, coming home to ourselves, our bodies, and the present moment. So if you're having any kind of conflicts, any kind of challenges with home, and the home is about within yourself too, not just the physical environment, but with your physical self, or you feel like you're not really grounded, you're not really here. No, this energy is really going to help you get what? Yeah, grounded in it because it is Taurus, that wonderful bull. So here we go. May 16th, Taurus new supermoon is the first of 5 supermoons in 2026. Supermoons arrive at the distance closest to the Earth, become beaming us with more lunar energy than other new or full moons. And astrologers believe supermoons can amplify the astrological traits of the sign the moon is in, which, of course, for this is Taurus. So, this new moon serves as an annual birthday reset for Taurians, providing a major opportunity to plant seeds for personal growth and success. It is often described as a time to go extra hard on manifestations related to wealth, beauty, and long term stability. And let me just clarify, beauty isn't skin deep. When they're talking beauty, It is about the beauty of being alive, the beauty of being aligned with your greater purpose. And that's what we manifest. Absolutely. And also, it's a new moon that's super, which is unusual. This is unusual because we can't see it, but let me tell you, you're definitely gonna feel it. You're definitely gonna be feeling the newness and the new, time it's calling you to, you know, letting something go and starting something new. Ashe. So a supermoon we can't see. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, romance, and harmony. This supermoon brings an earthy reminder that pleasure is an essential part of enjoying life on this planet. It draws your attention back to the tangible and the tactile. What can you see, touch, taste, smell, and hear that reminds you you are safe here and alive? Now, I love that. That's a great use of lower timeline energy. Absolutely the best use of it. There's no shortage of free visual inspiration for anyone living in a climate that supports tulips and cherry blossoms at this time of year. And even if you're not, book a massage or make some conscious cuddle time with a pet or romantic partner. And that's from Astro Butterfly. So again, we are like definitely in this time to be conscious of these very Taurian kinds of things, down to earth, but again, based on us being what? Yeah, fulfilled, happy endings daily, well, peaceful, and happy. Yeah. And so look at this beautiful energy and the week leading to this, right? Just nice flow. And then we come to the bull who's doing this wonderful grounding energy job for us. Yeah. So here are the aspects for this new supermoon. The new moon is conjunct Mercury and Uranus and sextile Jupiter in Cancer. The new moon's ruler, Venus, is sextile Mars. This is one of the more auspicious, and that means really good, new moons out there. Strong aspects, supportive flow, and just enough Uranus to shift how we see things. With this lunation, we begin to see opportunities that were always right in front of our noses, but somehow didn't recognize their potential. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So, conjunct with both Mercury in Taurus and Uranus in the early degrees of Gemini, the Taurus new moon asks us to shift our mindset and question existing definitions of abundance, wealth, and security. The upcoming lunar cycle is likely to be filled with changes, surprises, and shifts in plans. Whew! Despite the fixed nature of Taurus, Uranus's activation will ask us to embrace flexibility and keep our minds open. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Hector here is saying forest for the trees. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely. But really, really sweet, powerful energy. Yeah. Now I just want to do a shout out to my sister in Santa Monica, my Santa Monica sister Christine, who gave feedback about how much she liked that opening music too. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, that was a good find. I'm really grateful for that. So I got one more message for you about this super new moon in Taurus. The Taurus new moon begins a lunar month focused on coming home to ourselves, our bodies, and the present moment, and learning to stay centered in ourselves despite the inner and outer changes that are unfolding. This new moon reminds us of the importance of connecting with the earth and recognizing the real needs and rhythms of our bodies. With summer on the horizon, It's time to invest in the future as we plant the seeds of our desires. Nurture your most cherished dreams as good things come to those who wait. Just sit with that. Just sit with that. Just let that just circulate around you, in you, through you. Like, we need this. We need this energy. We need to stay faithful, putting one foot in front of the other, and never forgetting that, yeah, love always conquers fear. Yeah, yeah. And my great niece said that so beautifully when I was talking to her. Like, it just like, boom, just out, just like a truth. No doubt, no doubt, And that's where we all need to be, in that sincere energy of it's going to be okay. Yeah. So, also on this day, which I learned from Astro Butterfly, we have Mercury conjuncting Chiron in Aries. On May 16th, Mars is conjunct Aries at 28 degrees in Aries. That's a late degree. Since 2018, Chiron in Aries has been helping us heal our wounds of identity. And with Mars, the planet of self assertion, joining in, old wounds will definitely resurface. The Mars Chiron transit can bring back situations where we felt disempowered, bullied, or dismissed. Times when our boundaries were crossed and we either didn't know how to hold them or felt we weren't allowed to. Pay attention to this, folks. Do not just push it off like, oh, yeah, that was in the past and whatever. If it's disrupting you, that means something is ready to be healed so that you never have to go through that situation ever again. Or if you do go through it, you're gonna go through it really quick because you're gonna recognize and you're gonna say, "Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I just gave my power away. Choo! I just took it back." That's how it's gonna be. Yeah. So pay attention if you're feeling that getting pushed up. Don't run away from it or dismiss it. Work with it. Yeah. Yes, says Daphne. Yeah, absolutely. So here's some more. This is the final Mars Chiron conjunction in Aries, at least for the next 4 plus decades. Looking back now, we can recognize that the struggles, the times we were walked over, treated as if we didn't matter, and all the stories we've been telling ourselves along the way that there must be something wrong with me, that pain body vocabulary, right? It was never true. This is where it ends. No more crossing the line. Who we are and what we want matter. And as long as you're not trampling on someone else's right to the same, we don't have to accept anything that won't let us be ourselves. That's what Chiron and Aries has been building toward all these 8 years. Well, it's almost 8 years. And by 2027, it will have been 8 years. So soon, Chiron will move into Taurus and bring other areas to heal. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, absolutely lovely. You will need appreciation. Exactly. But you can't even have that if you're not doing it to yourself first. Yeah, yeah. And yes, of course it's we. Hector, you're always about the collective. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. Yeah. So, really, again, important. I can't stress this enough to pay attention to those victim feelings that are coming up. Anytime you start saying somebody did this to me, or somebody's out to get me, or some arrows are being thrown at me, let that go. You do not want to keep living that story. And it is just a story as long as you remember the truth of who you are. You don't have to engage in that. No. So let's move on to next Sunday, May 17th, and now we're going to have something every day of this week. The first one, Mercury enters Gemini on May 16th to 17th, because Astro Butterfly is in New Zealand. Mercury enters Gemini, its home sign, and conjuncts Uranus the very next day. This is our very first Mercury Uranus conjunction in Gemini since 80 years, I believe it is, and it will not go unnoticed. Whether it comes from the outside through a surprising announcement or from within, as a shift in how we see things, things will start to click in a new way. Hallelujah. Yes, yes, this is a really wonderful, wonderful aspect. Here's some more messages. Mercury's ingress into the air home sign of Gemini is an invitation to be curious, explore different ways of thinking, and not be afraid to ask questions. This transit encourages us to allow ourselves to be intellectually challenged and discover new ways to understand life. In Gemini, Mercury catalyzes a strong urge to communicate, study, talk, write, research, debate, and engage in all kinds of learning pursuits. Mercury's journey through the sign of the twins is a powerful time to focus on deepening our education, exploring what interests us, and pursuing new hobbies and activities with an open mind. And that's from Moon Omens. I love it. And then from astrology.com, it says Mercury is in full force over the next 2 weeks as it'll be hanging out in chatty Gemini, one of its ruling signs. Our thinking will be flexible and open as we are eager to go on a quest for knowledge and new knowledge. Just make sure you don't get too carried away. Yeah, that's me. I totally, totally can get carried away. And I have to tell myself, look, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You got to go to sleep. Beautiful aspect. And again, on this same day, we have Mercury conjuncting Uranus in Gemini for the first time in a long time. You can have an experience that will turn you upside down. This open minded aspect can lead to a brilliant insights and personal breakthroughs. You can suddenly find the answers you've been looking for. However, stay committed to solving these problems as it's easy to get distracted today. Yeah, how wonderful. Yes, that's something to look forward to. Really, really great stuff. And then on Monday, the 18th, we get Mars entering Taurus. In Taurus, Mars motivates us to channel our energy consistently and pragmatically to create structures that allow us to manifest and sustain our visions. This transit supports our ability to endure consistent effort and pursue delayed gratification. It reminds us that it is worth it to keep working even when results aren't immediate. And that means working at what you are manifesting, what you are creating. It reminds us that it is, I'm sorry, I already said that. Yes. Mars in Taurus is a time to cultivate resilience and determination, meaning don't say no, don't give up. This combination of energies helps us access the commitment and dedication needed to bring our visions into form. How wonderful. See, this is some good stuff, y'all. This is some good stuff that is rolling out. And we haven't had a stream of good stuff like this in a while. Like maybe before October, like, yeah, it's been a while. So this is really exciting. Also, on the same day, after Mars made movement, Venus makes movement into Cancer. The planet of love, Venus, feels good in Cancer since both Venus and Cancer speak the same language, the language of emotions. This transit supports deepening bonds with family and chosen family, beautifying your home, or indulging in nostalgic pleasures. Financial decisions may also be influenced by a desire for long term security and emotional alignment. With Jupiter also in Cancer, we can expect our desire for comfort, care, and emotional connection, and our craving safety, softness, and sincerity to be expanded. Choose to receive only what is right for you at this time. Yes, and that's that message, important message, folks, about staying in alignment. Discern, 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 and keep fully on your path. But this is a beautiful, beautiful aspect. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Here's some more message. Venus ingress into Cancer is an invitation to gravitate toward people with whom we feel safe enough to be vulnerable. This transit highlights the value of emotional intimacy, honesty, and trust. In the sign of the crab, Venus fuels our desire to surround ourselves with those who feel like home and emphasizes the value of finding people we can share our tenderness and sensitivity with. During this time, we have access to greater compassion and empathy, and we are able to attune to others' needs and feelings with ease, meaning there's going to be mutuality, reciprocity. While Venus is in Cancer, we have an opportunity to deepen our capacity to give and receive love, nurturance, and care from, and I'll say, the deep heart. Yes, this is not transactionality. This is really, really in the depths of authentic, unconditional love. Isn't that just wonderful? I can't say enough about how powerful and beautiful it is. Yeah. Again, let's just sit with that energy of Venus and Cancer and Mars and Taurus. Like, yeah, very, very neat flow energy that's happening. Yeah. So, also on this day, we get another sextile. This is Mercury in Gemini sextiling Neptune in Aries. Make art, not war today, as this creative aspect allows you to channel your passions into artistic pursuits. It's a wonderful day for writing, painting, singing, and sculpting as you express yourself through your unique vision. Wow, wow. To all us creatives out there, we've been waiting for this. Yeah, what a great flow energy. And again, we get to choose, how much of this we want to partake in. I'm just going to be sitting in it like in a tub of water up to my neck. I just love it. So wonderful. And another sextile with Venus and Cancer sextiling, there it goes, the Mars in Taurus. Really powerful energy, right? Both of them move into their new sign and then they come together in a sextile. Great day for collaboration, as this compassion aspect makes it easy to work together with others. A great day to nurture romantic relationships and bring peace to everyone. This aspect brings a loving aspect, supporting the conjoining of the divine feminine and the sacred masculine energies. Yeah, that balance that we need on this earth plane. Yeah, this really is really super, super cool. Yeah. I'm just loving how this stuff is rolling out. It's you couldn't ask for more. It's very auspicious, very wonderful, very nurturing. Yeah. And now we move to Tuesday. That was just Monday, y'all. That was just Monday of next week, not this week, next week. Just so cool. So on Tuesday, we get Mercury in Gemini trining Pluto, who right now is retrograde in Aquarius, doing its thing to help us heal deep, uncovered stuff. Yeah. Mercury in Gemini trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius brings intense mental breakthroughs, sharp investigative insights, and transformative conversations that reshape your perspective. Yeah, this is some deep healing energy, y'all. Deep. This harmonious aspect encourages uncovering hidden truths, that's the Pluto retrograde, through rapid intellectual and curious communication, and that's the Mercury in Gemini. Yeah, very powerful. And it's a trine, which is like super flow energy. Yeah, absolutely. And then on Wednesday, May 20th, which is also a very powerful day because we get Gemini season. Gemini is my ascendant, so I'm always excited for Gemini season. Happy birthday to the Gemini community. On May 20th to 21st, the sun enters Gemini. Happy birthday to all Geminis out there. The beginning of Gemini season brings our attention to our relationship with our mind, our inner dialogue, our communication habits, and our close environment. This season invites us to be more playful, spontaneous, and open-minded. Question our habitual perceptions, okay, and welcome all kinds of learning experiences. This season reminds us of the power of our thoughts, words, and attention. It inspires us to shift our habitual mindset and gravitate toward experiences that enrich us and teach us something new. This is the first Gemini season in almost 80 years with Uranus in the sign. If you have planets or an ascendant in Gemini, or if you know people who do, the shift will be quite obvious. This Gemini season, expect to feel freer, lighter, and less boxed in, especially in the area of life ruled by Gemini on your chart. Wow. Wow. Loving it, loving it. And then on Thursday, the 21st, after the Gemini season shows up, we get our first square for this part of the month. And this is Venus in Cancer squaring Saturn in Aries. Ooh, this anxious aspect can create tension and jealousy in even the happiest relationships. If you're feeling insecure, talk it out before acting out. And again, see, we get all of those, that lovely flow energy. So when a square shows up like this is the opportunity to practice your peacefulness, to go into the higher timeline, do your wisdom walking. Do not be pulled into the vortex of the square energy. And also, the square energy is always about that. It's always going to bring us the opportunity to see, did you really take hold of all that flow energy? Are you really able to use it? So that's what this is going to give us an opportunity to do. It's very lovely. Yeah. A little painful, but good and lovely. Yeah, and we'll make it. I mean, we got 2 weeks of flow energy before a square shows up. Usually, usually what's been happening, especially since October, we would have a day where you had flow energy and a square, flow energy and an opposition. Yeah. I mean, it was just really kind of like, you know, but to have all of that time in the flow energy and then the square shows up, I think the universe is being very, very kind to us. Yeah, very, very kind. And then the last aspect of this period that I'm sharing with you, Friday, May 22nd, we get the sun conjunct Uranus in Gemini. This meetup, the first in 80 years, ignites a powerful 7-year era of rapid electric personal reinvention, intellectual breakthroughs, and unconventional thinking. Woohoo! It drives a need for freedom and radical shifts in daily routines, communication, and self expression, often bringing sudden, unpredictable life changes that force adaptation and embracing one's unique, authentic truth. Wow. Wow, wow, and more wow. Like bing, bang, pop. Yeah, really powerful. And again, this hasn't happened in almost 80 years. And, it is celestial goings on like this that's really telling us that we really are truly in a new age, that we should not expect things to be the way they were, that we're moving, evolving as a species into a whole new earth. Absolutely. And also on the 22nd, we get this flow energy of Mercury in Gemini sextiling Saturn in Aries. It's a fantastic day for sharing your thoughts as this dynamic aspect fosters clear and open discussions. Use this energy for passionate exchanges, making discoveries, and showcasing your expertise in your particular field. Yeah. How wonderful. Using your gifts, your talents, and your genius. Wonderful. Absolutely just wonderful. Such good stuff. Yeah. Here's a cosmic reminder that we have a grand trine minor energy going on, the magic triangle among these three outer planets. This is a very rare aspect. Doesn't happen, but it is one of the most positive, significant, and consequential planetary alignments in our lifetimes and in this century. Especially those born in Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius are most effective. But this amazing period of discovery and revelation can benefit everyone. Yeah, yeah. And I think I'm gonna leave a link in my YouTube of a video from one of the YouTube astrologers I really like, Pam, and I'm forgetting her last name. Anyway, she's wonderful. She's very learned and been around. Um, but she does a nice breakdown that reminds us about the fact that we really are in this new age and that, things are happening. She talks about this. She talks about the magic triangle. So I will definitely do that when I break down and give you chapters for this video so that you can go to the particular day just to check in if you need to do that. Yeah, absolutely. This is powerful stuff. This is a powerful time we're living in. Don't question that. And as always, I ask you every day, more than once a day, pray for world peace. We need it. And to really practice what the venerable monks have taught us from their walk for peace, that every day after you get up, make your bed, go to the bathroom, before you pick up your phone and start doom scrolling, before you even feed yourself, say, write down, I mean, and then say, today is going to be my peaceful day. Ashe. And I just want to show you, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Josephine playing. I know it's hard to see it because let me put the camera out and the light out of the way and you can see it. See that? Da-da-da-da. Every day, a whole notebook full. I am not playing around. And it really, really is working because it's like I start out my day reminding myself nobody can take my peace away from me unless I allow it. So it has really helped me because my nervous system is so sensitive right now to say, wait a minute, don't react. You don't need to react to that. Stay peace. If it's something that you need to engage with, spirit will let you know. It'll be very open and clear, but otherwise, leave it alone. Yeah, very important. So may you all do that practice. And again, write it down, say it out loud several times, and just let yourself have this form of self mastery to keep your peace. And if you can do some Vipassana breathing, yes, that would be really, really wonderful as well. Oh, thank you, Sarah Sweetwater. I love you so much too. Thank you so much. And so, my dears, until next time, and I am going to do the last, I think it's like 5 days of the month leading up to that full moon. So I'll be back to do that on the last Sunday of the month. Next Sunday, I'll do my wisdom walk talk for May, which will be about right honor, right relations. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that. Yes. And Daphne says, tonight is my peaceful night. Yes, Ashe. Thank you, Jodify. You're so welcome. So welcome. So, my darlings, have a beautiful, beautiful night. May it be peaceful. May you be well and happy. And just know that everything is going to work out in your favor. Everything is going to be okay. Yeah. Yeah, Daphne, I can't wait either because I just love talking about right relations. So I will see you all again soon. Bye bye now. Much love to you.